everyone, welcome to our Christmas baking show. It's a cold morning here, but I'm glad I'm at home baking because our kitchen is going to smell great and it's going to get warm too. Today I'm going to show you some Indian butter cookies. These are called Nankhatai. Nankhatai is a two-word term. It comes from a Persian word, naan, which means bread, and katai, which means biscuits. So these are simply tender, crunchy, soft, melt in the mouth butter cookies, and these bring back loads of memories, especially during Christmas time. This recipe has few ingredients and it could be made with so much ease that even kids could do it with a little assistance. So I have Ritvik here who's going to help translate the words from Czech into English as well as help with the mixing of the ingredients. So the first thing we will need is flour.
Hladká mouka.
Then we'll need powdered sugar.
Cukr moučka.
And then very fine krupice.
Jemné krupice.
Oh, semolina. Yes, I said it in Czech. So the next thing we need are these, for the flavoring, are these yummy, divine smelling cardamom from India.
Cardamom.
We are going to powder it and it's going to look like this. I have powdered just 3 of them. So in case you don't have it or you can't have access to this, you can even use a vanilla essence, just 1/4 teaspoon. I'll be telling you how much measurement later, but you can use this as a substitute. Christmas brings such lovely memories back from childhood, back from India, the streets that we grew up in, our friends, the community, our neighborhood. There's so much that goes into Christmas that it brings such fond memories. And I love that our children here growing up in Czech would learn about our stories, would have a taste of the flavors that we tasted. So I love that our children always know what our roots are, how we grew up, and then they get to taste some of our traditional Indian cooking. So I chose Nankhatai because in India it's a tradition, or it's our custom, that on Christmas morning we wake up at 6 a.m, get dressed, go to church, and as soon as we return from church, the first thing that we would do is pack up the cookies, run to our neighbors' homes. It doesn't matter if whatever religion they are, and share what we have baked. It would never be something at a store bought. We always made sure it was home baked traditional cookies, and we looked forward as kids to eating these Nankhatais because we only got to eat it during Christmas time once a year, and they were so good that and we didn't have access even to the recipe. So I learned how to make Nankhatai after coming to the Czech Republic, after doing a lot of research and Googling on the internet for these recipes and having many trials and errors and failures. But this is such a yum recipe, and I'm glad it's at least close to what I have eaten, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So let's get started. For this recipe, we'll need 115 grams of unsalted butter. So I'm going to ask Ricky to melt this butter in our microwave just a little bit to soften it. So now our butter is melted. We have creamed it a little bit, and we are going to add our 1 cup of powdered sugar into this. Now we have to make it nice and creamy without any lumps. So while I do that, I'll ask Ricky to mix in all the dry ingredients. He's got 1 cup of flour, Then he's got 2 tablespoons of semolina added into it. He's got the 3 cardamoms. He's going to mix in it as well. Then we're going to add very less, maybe one pinch of baking powder. Just a little bit. And then just a little bit of salt to add some saltiness to our cookie. Yes. Now, let's stir. Let's mix these. So we've got our sugar butter mixture ready here without any lumps, nice and creamy. Then we have all our ingredients mixed. It smells good. The cardamom flavor is already so good to smell. Then we have just a few tablespoons of milk here. Now I'm going to add the flour into our butter mixture and mix it. For this step, you might have to use your hands, so it's okay to do that if you're more comfortable doing it. But the whole thing has to become a very soft dough. There are many variations to this recipe. Some people go ahead and add chocolate. Some people add some gram flour. Gram flour is found in India, but I'm not used it because I want to keep this recipe as simple as possible, and I like it when it looks white. So, but you can try the variations or Google it. We'll keep this simple for now. This is how the dough turns into, very soft and smooth. I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to use my hands. Okay, I've got the dough ready now into a smooth form. I didn't even need to use the milk, but if your flour if it's dry, you can add maybe 1 or 2, just not much, 1 or 2 tablespoons of milk into it, and this is how the dough looks. It needs to be rested for 15 to 20 minutes, probably in a fridge or just with a cloth, and you can leave it on the counter. And now we are ready to make our cookies. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll need to take equal portions of cookie dough. This is the size that I've taken. Make it into a small ball. For this recipe, the best thing is you don't need cookie cutters. All you need are your 2 hands, clean hands, and that's it. So we'll start putting it on the counter. And for garnishing, we've got our pistachio powder and we got cashew nuts. So Ritvik will start decorating it, maybe something like that. Okay, so while I make the balls, flatten it a bit and it goes onto the tray. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but the taste is going to be perfect. So you can use your own decorations in the end, add whatever dry fruit you wish to. What we've done is we could also give it a small cross shape. This will help the cookie even out consistently, and then you add your pistachios like that. A little bit more, you can be generous. There. We need to preheat our oven to 165 degrees with the fan mode on. So Ricky's doing that. Yes, 165 please. Well, yes, perfect. and let the oven reach the optimal temperature. Then our cookies are ready to go into the oven, and this is just for, you need to bake it for 10 to 12 minutes. Each oven is different, so you need to watch these cookies carefully while they bake. Don't bake it for too long because you might harden it. So 10 minutes is the right time, and then our cookies are ready to be devoured.
We have finished our cookies. There are approximately 25 cookies and it will go into the oven for 10 minutes.
So our Nankhatais are out of the oven, and this is how they look. Smells good. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know that it's going to taste good too. Christmas is all about sharing. So since we are not in India and not with our Indian neighbors or family yet, I'm going to share these cookies with our neighbors in front and on the side. So our Czech neighbors are going to enjoy some Christmas goodies. So I hope you all have a wonderful, happy, safe Christmas. Be home, stay safe, and enjoy your time with family. Thank you for watching.